everyone, it's Jennifer McCollum from Parent Teens. I am here today with the beautiful Doreen Steenland from Living Full Life Coaching. Hello, Doreen.
Hi, how are you?
Wonderful. Thank you for joining us on this beautiful sunny day.
Thank you for having us.
Today, I wanted to talk to you, Doreen, about all the fabulous things you do. And I know that you support parents and teens and couples in a number of ways. You are an ICF certified Christian coach. Is that correct?
That's correct.
Did I get
Yes.
it right? I don't want to mess that up.
Good.
But I think it is so beautiful. We had a chance to chat before we started recording, and Doreen is just full of love and knowledge and support for, like I said, for parents and for teens and for relationships. So welcome, Doreen. Tell us a little bit about you and how you got into becoming a Christian life coach.
Wow. Well, I am married for almost 30 years now. I have 3 children who are in college. I will be an empty nester officially in September. So super excited about that. I have been a Christian for a couple of decades now, and I've been a stay-at-home mom for most of the years that my kids were in school. And then I decided to go back and do what I'm really passionate about, which is help parents and help people to develop deep, meaningful relationships with themselves, others, and God.
That's beautiful. So you do that in a number of ways, and I wanted to kind of just go through them each and just spend a little bit of time letting the viewers know what you do and why they would connect with you. And the first one I think is amazing, what you do, this workshop. So you do a Parenting with Intention workshop. Can you tell us a little bit about that, how long it runs, and what's involved in that?
Yes, the Parenting with Intention workshop is geared towards parents with teens and tweens, and that runs for 4 weeks, and it's done on Zoom. And during that time, we basically discover ways to connect with your teens, to manage our emotions, to help your teens manage their emotions. We work on ways to get your teen to be creative problem solvers and thinkers so that they could be world changers and succeed in school, at home, on the sports field. So we do a lot of interactive, practical application, and it's a community. So there's a little teaching and there's a lot of coaching in between.
I love that. And I love that it's on Zoom too. So it doesn't matter where you are in the world.
That's right.
You can
That's
join.
right. Yes.
Sorry, go ahead.
No, it's okay. It's so exciting to meet with people from all over the country and just get together and find out that you're not alone, that we're all struggling with the same issues, and that there are ways to deal with it. There is hope. And I just don't want any parent to feel like they are alone, they are a failure, because you are not. We are all in this together, and we can get through this parenting of teens, which is sometimes a confusing and difficult time for us, because as we know, teens just, they're trying to find their own identity, and they are starting that process of pulling away from us, and they've got all of the hormones flowing and all of the underdeveloped parts of their brain. And so the parts that are already developed are the parts that cause a little bit of friction with the emotions. So part of the Parenting with Intention workshop is to help our kids learn how to manage those and access the parts of their brain that they're not accessing fully.
Isn't that wonderful? So that is a workshop. It's on Zoom, and it's a community as well. So you're taking the workshop with other parents. Now, the second way that you support parents is through your parent coaching. So tell us a little bit about that, because I know you do in person, and you do something really fabulous with your parent coaches when you're in person. But you also provide the parent coaching through Zoom as well, one-on-one. Is that
Correct.
correct?
Yes,
Okay, tell us
correct.
a little bit.
I I love coaching with parents. I love coming alongside them and their unique struggles. And so a great way for me to do that is either by phone, Zoom, or I do what's called a walk and talk. I happen to be blessed to live on the East Coast of the United States, and I live very near the ocean. And so there's this beautiful boardwalk that goes for miles. And I do what's called a walk and talk. And we walk on the boardwalk and we have a coaching session as we're walking. And there's something about the ocean air and breathing in the salt air that really relaxes my clients and allows them to find the deeper parts of themselves and find the answers that they hold. You know, although we are parenting experts, every parent is the expert of their child, and every child is unique.
How beautiful to feel that. Well, you feel the breeze and they hear the ocean. How beautiful is that?
Yeah.
Wonderful.
Yes.
Wonderful. So now the other thing you had mentioned is that parents started asking if you would work with their teens. So you also do coaching with the teens too?
I do. And I found that when coaching with teens, either the phone or in person works best. I think that in person is the most effective if they live locally, because it allows me to use a multisensory approach with them. I think it's really important to engage all of their senses when you're talking with them. Teens are not as excited about having a coaching session as their parents are. So
Yes.
you really need to find ways to engage with them that are creative and fun for them. So doing that in person has been really beneficial.
That's wonderful. So would you, if you're working with a parent, you'd work with their teen as well, or is that completely separate?
It is separate, and if I work with the teen, the parent knows that the parent and the teen know that what the teen shares with me is confidential, unless, of course, there's a threat to harm or there's some serious issue that I'm required by law to share. However, the teenagers need to know that in order to be open and share, and the goal is always the same. I have within the client parent-client relationship, I have an understanding of what can be shared and how we can, get updates and give reports. So that's worked out well, and the teens are opening up and they are growing, and the parents are seeing fruit. So it's not bothering them as much that they're not having all of the little details, but that they are seeing the fruit of their kids growing and maturing and making great decisions on their own. They're managing their schedules. They're doing chores without being asked. They're doing things that we all want our kids to do as parents. But as a coach, I'm trying to get them to the place on their own without somebody telling them to do it.
That's beautiful.
Yeah.
Now, the next way that you support people, I've been wanting to talk to you about because this is so fabulous. I mean, the next two ways, but first way is called Symbis, and you're a Symbis certified relationship coach.
Yes. Oh, it's so much fun.
Tell us what Symbis is, and then to be a relationship coach, like you do it all. So tell us about that.
Okay, so Symbis is saving your marriage before it starts. And that sounds as though it's just for premarital couples, but it's not. There's also a Symbis Plus for people who have been married for a long time, people who are coming into a relationship with blended families and want to figure things out. So what the Symbis is it's an assessment tool. And each client, each of the married couple takes the assessment on their own, and then it compiles a report that we go through that talk about differences in spending, differences in communication patterns, baggage that you're bringing to the relationship, expectations that you're bringing to the relationship. So it gives a large canvas for us to work on to make you have a deep, connected, and intimate relationship with your spouse. because everything's right out front, things that we don't think about talking about. So it's just so much fun for me to go through those with couples and just see their marriages blossom. It's a blessing.
That's wonderful. So they can take it before they're married, after they're married, if they're,
Yes.
getting into a relationship, and you talk about all of, I can just see the value in all of that. Talking about
Yes.
topics that you don't think about talking about until.
Yes. You'd be surprised. Some of these people have been married for 25, 30 years and they've never explored some of these topics. And so to see the light bulb go on in their eyes and say, wow, that has been the thorn in our flesh, our whole marriage right
Right,
there. And
right.
so how can we deal with this? And wow, it's just eye-opening for people. Love it.
It would be like a light bulb going off, like, that's why there's always friction there. Get
Yes,
it now.
yes,
That's
yes.
wonderful. Okay, that is amazing. Okay, now the fifth way that you support people is through a spiritual formation class. I'm really interested in hearing what this is. So tell us about this spiritual formation class.
Okay, well, I am a Christian life coach. And even though I'm a Christian life coach, I work with people that are non-Christians as well. As a Christian life coach, what I bring to the table is the values of the Judeo-Christian religion, which are truth, honesty, love, grace, mercy. And all of those things flow through my coaching and are a foundation in the coaching relationship. So if you're not a Christian, this probably wouldn't apply to you. But for Christians who want to explore a deeper, more meaningful relationship with Christ, I am working with Cheryl Scanlon on a course as a presenter it's called Promised Land Living. And this 13-week Zoom course, it's a Zoom community, it's a 2-hour course for 13 weeks, works on coaching people around the lies that are holding them back from having deep, meaningful relationships, moving forward securely in your life without fear of man, without competing with others, without striving, right? To live a peaceful life in Christ and to live the life that's full and abundant, which is what the name of my business is about. It's living full life coaching. And so my passion is to see people live a full and abundant life in Christ. And this program that I do with Cheryl Scanlon is just a blessing. It takes people through a whole journey of spiritual transformation. And they come out free at the end. It's so much fun.
It sounds beautiful. It really, I feel like it has this flow to it. Like you'd almost want to take the spiritual formation class first, then the relationship, and then you get into be parents and parenting, and then the working with your teens. Like it just all ties together. I can see that parents or people would benefit by working with you from even a young age. Like that spiritual formation class, is there an age group that you focus on, or when?
No, it's the beautiful thing about it is the classes are very small and intimate. There are only 8 members in each class, and we've had people from 20 to 80 in the class. And to have that community with so many different perspectives and each learning from each other in a coaching relationship, it's a safe zone where there's no judgment and there's no fixing, right? We're all there to see what God has to say to us personally in the midst of the curriculum that we're exploring. So it's just a beautiful, and it's not a Bible study, which is another cool thing. You think, oh, they're doing a 13-week Bible study. No, it's not a Bible study. It is a transformation process that works from the inside of your heart all the way through your head and out through the actions, the way you live your life. So I'm just really passionate about it. And everything that I do is around relationships, even my parenting, heavy focus on relationships, because I think that we were born and created to connect with each other. And when there's disconnect, that's where we find the lack of peace. And so my goal in all that I do is to help people connect to themselves, others, in Christ in deep ways.
It's beautiful.
Thank
Full
you.
circle. or living full life. That is, that's
Thank you.
so beautiful. Thank you so much, Doreen. Now,
Thank
if
you.
people want to find you, we'll provide links after our chat to the
Mhm.
parenting site where you are a certified Christian coach and
Mhm.
parents and people in relationships or not in relationships, even going through that spiritual formation class. If you want to connect with Doreen, we'll provide the links there. You can also find Doreen at her website, which is livingfulllifecoaching.com. So I wanted to leave. I mean, I could talk to you forever because you have so much to offer, Doreen, but is there maybe one tip you can leave with us? And as you say, it's all about relationships. Can you leave us with one relationship tip to get us started, maybe give us a quick win in our relationships right now?
Yes. I would say in our society right now, the most important thing that we can do, and it revolves around a quote, and I'm trying to remember the quote. It is by Dr. Willard, and it is the first. It's something like the first sign of love is the giving of attention. Now, I probably messed it up, but it goes like that. So, my tip as a relationship coach would be to avoid phubbing your family members. And when I say phubbing, it means snubbing with your phone, right? How many times a day are we talking to somebody? Or kids walk in and we are on our phones looking down. We don't even look up to talk with them. And when we do that, we're really saying that what's happening on this device is more important than what's happening right in front of us. So that's my tip. Stop phubbing.
So phubbing with a PH.
PH, yes.
Okay. I gotta spell it right if I'm not gonna do it anymore. So I can make a commitment to stop phubbing my family.
Yes. Yes. Let's give people our full attention and live in the moment with the people that God puts in front of us.
That is beautiful. Wonderful. I'm going to end it there because that is such a valuable tip. And thank you so much, Doreen. Please come back again and talk to us about what you do. I don't think I could get enough of you because I could see such value in all of those 5 things you do: the Parenting with Intention workshop, the parent coaching, the one-on-one or on Zoom, working with the teens, the Symbis relationship coaching, and then the spiritual formation class. How amazing. Thank you
Thank
for
you.
all you do, Doreen, and thank you for being here.
Thanks for having me. It's been a pleasure getting to talk with you.
Wonderful. Well, we'll see you again then.
Yes, see you soon. Thank you.
Bye,
Bye-bye.
Doreen. Bye-bye.